You haven't seen me for a week, and it's because I've been planning the ultimate desk setup, which I am proud to be bringing you um, in the next vlog. As you can see, my desk at the moment, it's a bit of an eyesore. I won't lie to you, it's an absolute mess, and I've not been happy with it for quite some time. As you can see down there, I've got loads of film gear, bits and bobs down there, which I've got into the habit of just dumping stuff on my film box down there. What is up, guys? My name of course is Carlo. Welcome yet to another video, and yes, we are doing the ultimate desk setup in this video. I've started and I'm going to show you the progress I'm at the moment. The desk looks wicked, right? And I'm not going to tease you anymore. I'm just going to switch around now and just show you it very quickly. Okay, so this is how it's looking so far. I've got it sort of pulled away from the wall at the moment because the idea was to lay everything on the desk, near enough everything on the desk as it is, to see how it would look and how I want it to sort of, how I want the layout to look, if that makes sense. It's very similar to what I had before. I'm used to having my machine there and my mixer there, so I'm not going to change the overall look of the setup, just going to make it look more a lot more fresher. Now the problem I have is down there. As you can see, I've got literally tons of cables that I have to cable manage into a desk that literally has got no sides or back, and I think this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me at the moment. Like I just said, it's not up against the wall at the moment because I'm just literally, if I look at it from this angle, I just want to see how it actually looks, and I think it just looks absolutely amazing. This oak just looks so beautiful at the moment. It's unreal. When it's done, don't worry, we'll be getting some nice cinematic shots of it, of the finished product. But yes, it looks nice. I'm happy with the desk. I love the desk. It looks a lot more nicer than the other desk that was there, without a doubt. It's just I've got this mission to deal with at the moment. So I've got a couple of products that I'm implementing into the desk setup, and this being one of them. A brand new USB hub, which was quite expensive actually. This was about 50 quid. This is the best, one of the best you can get. So it's 7 USB 3.0 hub, which is mains powered, which is great. You can use unmains, but I'd rather this run on its own electrical source rather than powering off the iMac itself, so it don't take too much power from there and overheat the system. And also for networking, we've got 2 TP-Link adapters. These basically will allow me to have an Ethernet connection without the wire trailing around the house, which is fantastic. Still gives you super fast Ethernet speeds, which is great, and it's also got built-in Wi-Fi, which is great. So it's going to do 2 things: allow me to have less cables down there. So it's simply going to be a plug. This plug here will plug into the front room where the router is. That will go directly into the router, and that will sit in a wall plug down there under the desk, and then the Ethernet will plug directly into the iMac, which will give me Ethernet speeds through the electrical outlet, which I think will be pretty cool. One less cable to worry about. But like I just said, this is the challenge at the moment. This is what we're going to be addressing in a second, once I get my wind up, because this was a git. Thanks to my missus, she helped me put this desk up, because I could never have picked that oak top up by myself and put it on there. It's way too heavy. And my idea of the riser, I think, has worked really, really well. I think this is just, it just looks really, really nice. Also, I need to sort out lighting as well, because this light's okay at the back, but I think we need a little bit more light connected to this desk to shine up the wall onto me Jason stuff, which I think will be cool. But as you can see, progress is being made. The old desk is out in the garden that I've got to break down later and dispose of. But yes, I think we need to get cracking with the cable management. I've got a good view of me here, and I'm on my stomach, and I'm just going to basically, there's cables down here that I don't really need anymore. I think they were for past pieces of equipment that I couldn't be bothered to just take wires out, but I'm just going to take out exactly what I need. Unplug everything. Obviously, this is the iMac plug, which is here. We're definitely going to need this. And I'm just basically just going to clear everything out. And the trick is to get it all cable managed behind these legs. I don't know how I'm going to do it and whether I'm going to be successful or not with it. But I can only try and get it looking the best I possibly can. But this is the challenge of trying to make a wireless free setup on a setup that looks like this. It's a bit of a challenge. My portholes Show Pro is just falling on the floor there. I'm just going to pull that out. We're definitely going to need that for the setup. And I'm just going to keep going with it and put you on a bit of time lapse, or speed up, shall I say. Right, so as you can see, no more cables under there. It's looking pretty sweet at the moment, especially when the new monitors go up here. It's going to look absolutely amazing. But as you can see, it looks a hell of a lot more cleaner. But I've still got to put all this and connect it to the setup, which is a big challenge. But I think I should be alright. This is what it looks like from here. It's looking pretty gorgeous. I have to put my rock lamp up and all that good stuff, and you know, as you can see, nothing's connected at the moment at the back, but you can see how clean it is, and now I've got a sort of template to work from, which is great. The idea is to, obviously, the only things that you're going to be able to see is the plug adapter, which unfortunately I can't avoid because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 plug sockets, 4 things that have to be plugged in, plus the rock mount, which is 5, and that's going to go in that corner next to that speaker, which I think is going to look pretty amazing. So I want to put you down somewhere and we'll just get cracking with it. So I've got 2 8TB Thunderbolt drives, which obviously is for my bits and pieces. So I think I'm going to put them in this corner there, or just slide them under this part of the desk here. So I'm just going to move my mixer out of the way, put that to one side. Hopefully these should both sit under here very nicely indeed. So I've just got to get the plugs out for them. And this is 12 terabytes of storage there, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to get the plugs out for them and set them all up nicely. But firstly, I need to get my, where is it? This little thing here, which is my 2 terabyte USB 3.0 backup, Time Machine backup. But I've got something special for that, because that usually sits under my iMac. So I've got this tape here, which is double-sided, so hopefully I can just stick that on the back of the iMac, on the arm, run it through, so we're not going to be able to see that. So I'm going to do that now. Get some scissors, which I've got here. Sorry if I'm not in shot, guys, but you know how it is when you're trying to do something cool. It's always the way. So I'm just going to stick that to this, back of this, peel that off. And this is going to be obviously permanently plugged into the iMac, which is my Thunderbolt drive. 2 terabyte Thunderbolt, which has got all my software backups and basically all the important stuff on the iMac, which is quite important. I'm just going to turn this around so I've got a bit of that view. Plug that in. Which hopefully, as you can see there, you can't see no wires, so that's stage 1 done. Now, another stage is to plug this monitor and hook it up into this iMac. So we've got a Thunderbolt connection there, which I'm just going to run into the back of my iMac. And these are the cables that have to be hidden. So the plan is, I'm going to turn this round because this is going to be flush like this. And then what we're going to do, Sarah's planting in the background, guys, so if you hear background noise, it's Sarah planting her beautiful flowers. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to plug this into the second display, but hopefully I'm going to be able to take this cable to the back, so you're not going to be able to see that cable. So that's another cable going to be out of the way, hopefully. So let's just find the HDMI, which is plugged in there, and then the plan is to hopefully stick this up the top on the back of the display with this stuff. This stuff is absolutely brilliant. So hopefully this should be, one stick of this should be enough to hold the cables in place. So, put this up. Might need to get some wire ties. So hopefully, definitely going to need some wire ties for this. Yeah, we're not going to see no cables, but I definitely need to support it a bit more because they're well fall down off this. So definitely need to, but that's all like housekeeping, do you know what I mean? So that's not a problem. Now next is the most important thing, which is the plug for the monitor, which I need to hopefully run down this leg here. Once I've got all my plugs in, then I want to know where I'm at. So run this brick hopefully down to the floor, and then plug this in. It definitely going to need to get some wire ties out, I think. Find a power plug. Oh, it's this side. Right. I think what we do, guys, is plug it all in and then we'll worry about the cable management after. So, hard drives, which is important. And I've got to dig the TP link. So this is one of the hard drive plugs that I'm going to have to run through the back. Which is, goes into this one here. Sorry if you can't see me very well, guys, I'm trying to do this at the same time, but you will get a full tour once it's finished, so do not worry about that. That is for my other Thunderbolt drive, which is going to be plugged into here. Now my USB hub is going to be stuck underneath the desk, and that's going to lessen the amount of wires on the desk as well. So this one is for the USB hub, which I'll show you guys in a minute. This one is for this one, and that's going to go Down the back. As well. And then I'm going to, without breaking my neck, open this bloody door. And this is the power for the second Thunderbolt drive. I'm just going to drop to the floor. And plug that straight in. Have I got the right plug here? Maybe not. Oh, that's for the I've got the wrong thing. This one is for the USB. Right, so I'm going to drop that to the floor. And then I need to find a plug, which is this one, hopefully, for the other hard drive, which I want to put in place. All these cables for hard drives, pretty insane. Right, so that's that. Make sure it's powered on. The rest are on, and now I can just slide it in to there, and then my hard drive's all set up now. Okay, so we're going to throw the just move it around here. Okay, so I'm going to plug the machine in now, which I was going to drill into the desk, but I don't really want to do that. This wood's so nice, I don't really want to mark it with holes. I'm just going to run that down the back. Here. And then we're going to have one for the keyboard, which I'm going to just pull the keyboard out now. I've forgotten to plug something in there. I think that's for the that's going to be for the USB hub, I'm sure it is. That goes into the iMac. So let's plug this in. Cable's USB powered, so that can go into the external hub. Then I'm just going to, sweating, run the cable for the USB hub from the iMac down to the bottom. Move that, drop that behind the desk. Like so. Turn that around now. Whew. Right, so we've got quite a bit done, but as you can see, if I just switch the camera around, so this TP link here, which I'm going to show you, so my gimbal's run out of power, so I'm holding it by hand, so I do apologise. So this thing here, USB 3.0, is going to stick on the other side of the bottom of the desk. Right at the back, so all the USBs can plug directly into that, and then all I have to worry about is a couple of cables along the back of the monitors, which I don't think is going to be a problem, so I'm just going to get that done now. Right, so here's where I've got the Netgear hooked up to, so once everything comes around the desk, I can attach all the wires to the base of the desk, like so. Do you know what I mean? And all these wires will literally just stick to the desk neatly. Right, so we are making progress, guys. But as you can see, still got a load of cable management to do there. The problem I'm having is I've got no tacks or wire ties. I have to sort of dig them out. So I'm going to have to try and make this as tidy as possible so I can go down the shop to get some. But as you can see, once the wires are all tidy, this setup is looking pretty sweet, as you can see. A lot more cleaner than what it was before, and it will look 100 times cleaner when it's done, so we are getting there. Right, so I've connected everything up just to get a rough idea of where I'm at with it. So you can see here the machine's connected up, the lamp's connected up, all the monitors, the whole system's up and running, internet, the lot. Now I've still got a lot of cable management that I need to sort out to tidy this up. So if I just show you the underside of this, you can see exactly what the plan is. So at the moment it looks an absolute mess, but 90% of it is going to my TP link, which is right there, which is going to be attached to the underside of this desk. So I would say 90% of these cables are going to be hidden because they're going to be stuck to the desk. All this lot are going to be screwed into the desk above. The only thing I think is going to be shown obviously is the power plug there, but it's still going to be neat and tidy in that corner. That's something I can't avoid. I could get it looking clean, but guys, Jesus Christ, it's a mission to get a desk with no back or sides and only thin pieces of wood here to look absolutely clean. But if I just stand up now, as you can see, it just looks a million times better than what it did before. Once that cable management's all tidied up and cleaned, it's going to look absolutely superb. So the only thing we should see is from here the plug socket, or the wire for the plug, going into the plug, which is just there. You can barely see it behind the leg there. But I think, yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Now, another problem I've got is with the speakers. The wires I've got are very high quality speaker cables that go into the mixer, and they're quite bulky, as you can see here. So I'm going to have to replace these wires with short ones, but the new monitors that I've got coming takes XLR cables, which are these ones here. So them wires are going to have to come out anyway, because they don't take the normal jack ones like you see here. They take XLR, which basically plugs into the back of the mixer, which is a good thing because that's less wires showing on the mixer, which means the mixture is going to look nice and clear. But if I come in from this angle, as you can see, it's looking a hell of a lot better than what it did before. I've still got loads to do, so what we do is I'm going to go down to the hardware shop in a minute to get the tacks, because I've got no tacks and I've got no wire ties. I thought I did have some. I'm going to go down to the shop in a sec, pick up the wire ties and the tacks, and then finish off this cable management. I've still got to decide what I'm going to do with my film box here. All this box inside is just pure film gear, and I think I might just do a bit of an eBay run at the moment, just to sell most of it off, because most of it I don't actually use, which is a bit of a pain, but there's money to be made there. So yeah, I think I'm just going to dive into eBay with this lot and just sell as much as I can off, just to get rid of that box, because once this is all clean and tidy, as you can see, I'm going to have the box slid under there. Yes, it's just going to be one box and it's not going to look messy because it's just a box. Or I might just put it up against the cupboard here for now. Just push up against the cupboard because it's going to have the blanket over the top of it anyway. I've got my smoking machine out, which I need for my shooting of schizophrenia next week. And then once that's been used, that'll go away back in its box, which is here. As well. But as you can see, if you look at it from that sort of perspective, it's looking a lot better and a lot cleaner than what it did do. But yeah, we still ain't finished yet, so yeah, I'm just going to get cracking and get these wires all tacked up and looking good and wired free. I plugged in my new networking device, which is plugged into the wall just there, that white thing there, which gives me the Ethernet speed broadband directly to my iMac, which is great. I've got another one down here for Sarah's computer, which is down here plugged into extension. This is another setup that I've got to sort out once this is done. This is Sarah's 27-inch sort of iMac equivalent, shall I say, setup. So that needs to be sorted, all cleared out. All the wires got to be sorted, which are down there. Because basically what it is, I'll tell you exactly what it is. When we moved in, we just literally plugged all that stuff in just to get it up and running, do you know what I mean? Because we need our computers a lot. Our computers are used 24/7, so obviously for two different purposes. So it was a case of just getting everything up and running, but we never had the time to sort of, you know, make everything neat and tidy, which is what all this is all about. You know, it's about getting the setups looking fantastic through the whole room, the room nice and clear. And once we've done Sarah's, which I might do a dedicated video on Sarah's setup as well, doing this up, which I think is going to be quite amazing, because this is a seriously powerful setup here. You know, she's got a complete razor kit, the whole, you know, the whole shebang there. So we might do a dedicated video on the ultimate setup for that side as well. Then once we've done that, we're going to work on the Hackintosh side. As you know, this is part of, you can't see it because I've got my fan in front there. Behind there is a Hackintosh, which I'm going to put Windows dual boot on it. And that's Ollie's computer, his gaming computer, so he can play his Roblox, because Ollie's big into Roblox at the moment. He absolutely loves it. And he's just getting into Fortnite as well. So we got more setup videos which are going to look, I think, going to be pretty awesome for the channel. I mean, this one in general was obviously the video editing side of things, which obviously he thinks very important to the channel. But once we get these cables all nestled up against the desk and all hidden, I think that setup's going to look absolutely incredibly gorgeous. It's going to look wicked. It already looks wicked as it is. Now, the monitors I've got coming, which are going to go there and there, I don't know if you know, I said it in a previous video, that they're coming separately, okay? So, you know, my first monitor is going to go up there, which is a lot bigger. They're a lot bigger than these monitors. So it's going to hide that gap in between the monitor there and the monitor there. Not hide it too much, but I would say they're actually a lot bigger than these monitors. I think that these are like 4-inch drums in these monitors, and the ones I've got coming are like 8. So it's a bigger monitor altogether. So once them monitors turn up, I know the one is coming in the next week or so, and then the other one I think is about 3 weeks before they get what's it called, stock of it, because the company I've ordered it from never had the second one in stock. So I paid for it, but they weren't in stock. So it's going to take about three weeks for this one to turn up, but then this one will be here next week, which is going to go on the setup straight away. And the great thing is it'll just plug straight into this one. I know it won't be balanced, but the beauty of it is I've got the mixer here, which will allow me to balance the sounds out more correctly, even though they're two different types of speakers. But I need to plug it in sort of ASAP because the connections are different for these monitors. So I think, you know, I'm going to plug this one in first, the brand new one in first, and then once the other one comes in, I can just stick it up here. Job done. So let me get down the shop, buy some wire ties and tacks, and we'll just get cracking with this setup. Right, so I've just been out to buy the tacks and all the bits and bobs, which I've just shown you here on the desk. So I'm going to get to work in a second on the underside, but yeah, it's looking really, really good. I'll give you some proper looks of it, fully completed. We'll have a little bit of a stupid cinematic or something like that when it's all completed. But I'm just going to switch angles, and Ollie's back. And I've just had a bit of a tidy up, so I'll just sort of show you where we're at. Still loads to do at the moment, but I've just had a bit of a tidy up, as you can see. If I move the chair out of the way, then you're going to be able to see what it looks like before the cable management, and then obviously after when it's completed. But yeah, I'll put my film box down there in that corner. Get out of the way, Ollie. Film box down there in the corner, which looks okay for now. So what I've decided to do is, once all this cable management's done, then I'm going to order a black set of drawers, thin set of drawers to go dead centre in the middle of that, because there's enough gap for my legs as well. So my legs don't go all the way under, if that makes sense. So there's going to be enough gap to push a unit right back, so I can get all the stuff from these boxes into a chest, and then that's that box out of the way. So I think once we get the monitors on the setup, which is going to be in part 3, I've decided to put part 3 to this setup video because there's still so much to do to it. That hopefully will be the speakers, and then we'll have a little one for the unit itself just to finish it off. But for the time being, I'm going to get cracking with the cable management. I've got to tidy the rest of the house up, so on and so on. And yeah, it's looking incredible. As you can see, it looks a lot better. So let me get cracking with the cable management, and I'll be back in time it takes me to clack my fingers. So ready, 3, 2, 1, done. And looking a lot better, apart from this little bit here, which I'm not too pleased about, but I'm going to get a cable box for all that lot. As you can see, it looks a lot more tidier, and the setup in general, I'll just stand up, looks goddamn pretty awesome. So yeah, apart from this bit of cable management down the bottom there, I'm too tired to continue today because I've been going since 11 o'clock this morning. That doesn't look too bad at all. Very nice. And considering what it looked like before, I'll just back it up a bit for you guys. And considering what that looked like before, I can safely say, if I turn off this light, because it's blowing out the picture, yeah, I think that looks pretty insanely cool. So, I was going to do a cinematic of all this stuff, and I will do one when we do the final desk tour. I'm thinking waiting for the monitors. Just wait for the studio monitors to be implemented into the setup. With the drawer that I'm planning to put down there, and then we'll look at some nice cinematic B-roll for you guys to enjoy on YouTube, on this channel, of the final finished desk setup. So as always guys, thanks for watching this rather long vlog. If you have enjoyed this video, smash that like button. If you've got any advice on the setup, please don't forget, pop a message in the description below. I think, looking at that, it's looking pretty goddamn cool. Still loads to do to it, but it takes time. Rome weren't built in a day at the end of the day, so I'm not intending on getting this done in a day. So yes, I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.